What's up? Welcome to Ask Hypnotica 36. Today is going to be a good day, and you're probably wondering what those little antics were that I just did over there. Well, we're going to talk about something that a lot of guys have been asking me, and it's like how to separate yourself. And that's what I just did. I separated myself from those guys right there. That's the mediocreness. That's the standard quo motherfuckers are right there, all right? And the reason I say this is it's so important that you got to realize that sometimes, man, you got to cut the dead weight. You got to move on. You got to get rid of those people that are in your life that are going to sit there and they're just going to sit there and watch you, right? Or they want to be your buddies. They want to be your friends. And listen, man, I am all about friendship. And I am all about support and loyalty and things like this. However, we got to remember that a leader will always separate himself from the group because that's what he has to do. He has to separate himself if he's going to be the leader because the leader leads. And this is what I'm talking about. By the way, you like my shirt? Yeah. One of my favorite numbers right there for those occultists out there. Anyways, so the reason why we're having this conversation here today is because I want to talk about being the best. All right. And a lot of people say, oh, you say you're the best, you're being arrogant, or you're being elitist, all right? Well, you got to be if you're going to be the best, all right? And let me tell you the way the brain works a little bit, because there's actually a psychology on why you should actually say that you're the best, and you should actually have the behaviors and the follow-through that allow you to be the best, all right? Now, the brain doesn't really understand mediocre too well. It likes mediocre. That's what, that's what everyone does. It's that group consensus that wants to just be mediocre and settle in like, yeah, the status quo, it's good enough. However, when you tell yourself that you're the best, which goes out to, say, Muhammad Ali. Okay, this week he passed away, and he was one of my idols personally. And but what did he say? He built it in. I am the best. I'm the greatest ever. All right. Now, why is it important to do that? Now, there's different people. Some people go out and say, I'm the best, and that's good. It's like an affirmation to people, letting them know that that's that. All right. A lot of people look at that and say, okay, that's stupid. All right. But in my opinion, the people that say that's stupid are usually mediocre. All right. Now, I don't think you have to boast about it. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you got to get it in your neurology, because when you're saying that, hey, I'm the best, and you're telling people and you're doing that, your brain understands that, okay? Your brain understands that there's a certain sacrifice that has to be met when you say that you're the best, okay? I'm going to be the best at this, okay? Think about this. If you have that tunability or that intuition or that intuitiveness with your own mind, if you've been doing the right stuff, you're going to understand this, all right? Think about like you want to be a good, let's just say, a good learner, all right? So when you think about, I want to be a good learner, I'm a good learner, all right? Think about what your mind has to go through. Think about that. Like, I'm a good learner. What's the process that your brain's going through? Okay, a good learner, it's okay, it's pretty good, it's not there. But now just change it to say, I want to be the best learner. There's a level that your brain says, hey, you know what, we're going to reorganize this, and we're going to get reality right, and we're going to position this, and we're going to create something that's the best. The reason why you want to be the best at something is because it structures the way that you see reality. It's a filter, so to speak, and it's okay to go for what you want, all right, because that's going to give you sort of a structure on how to become the best. It's going to give you a certain way of looking at the world. It's going to give you certain ways of moving through that territory, because you understand the best is the best, and it's a good mindset to have. But you got to decide that, because when you are the best, there's a lot of secondary gains and there's a lot of secondary troubles that can come with that, all right? When you're the best, you know what, like I said, you got to separate yourself. Chances are you're going to do that. You may not hang out with your friends as much because you are making a sacrifice to become the best, and you don't become the best without a certain amount of sacrifice, unless those guys over there are your coaches. All right, and those coaches are, let's go. They're pushing you to that next level. All right, it's hard to be the best. It's hard to go to the next level. It's hard to separate yourself and to stand out. All right, that's why very few people do it. They say it's like 3% difference between really like being mediocre and being great. But if you really want to step it up, you got to understand it's going to be worth it. But you got to understand that there's going to be a lot of people that don't want you to step up, because it puts in their faces over there their own limitations, their own ability to think for themselves and go, you know what, like, I'm not living my life to the fullest. Now, is it hard living your life to the fullest and really like going for it day in and day out, having that resilience no matter what, boom, boom, like I said, you're going to get slapped down a bit and pop back up and have the energy and say, you know what, we're going to do this. I'm going to be the best at being resilient. Like being resilient to me is like, this is my internal image of what resilience is, my own personal archetype, metaphor, symbol in my mind. All right, have you ever gone to the 25-cent machine and you got one of those little round rubber balls, you put it in, you get that, and you take it and you throw it down and it bounces like 50 feet high? That's resilience. So when people try to throw me down, boom, I'm back up, okay? That should be an inner symbol for your resilience as well. Remember, resilience is an amazing thing. So I want you to incorporate that into your philosophy a little bit. A person that I respect, we're on the same path. His name's Arash Dibazar, and he's very, very good at what he does. He's very, some people would say, eccentric, powerful, I would say, and a lot of people don't understand his philosophy. And there's parts I agree with it and parts that I disagree with it, and vice versa. But the thing that he always says is, be the best and fuck the rest. All right, that's a very powerful phrase. Okay, I'm just like, just be the best. All right, I don't need to. The only people I'm going to fuck are going to be the people that I meet, and I can't fuck that many people in the world. The rest of them, that's a big long line out there. So the point I'm making is, like, he says it, and you believe it, and you get it in your system, and then all of a sudden it starts to filter and frame the way that you look, because when you're looking at the best and you want to be the best, it's a very small way of looking at the world, but it's a big way of interacting with life, if that makes sense. Right? Because you're going to have sacrifices. You're not going to be able to do things that most people do. You're going to separate yourself. You're going to leave them in the dust. And it's not a bad thing leaving them in the dust. It's just a good way of saying, hey, you know what? Like, someone's got to be the leader. All right. And if you okay with being status quo and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying this isn't an elitist thing. This is like, what is it you want type of thing. And this is the road and the journey that you're going to have to endure and understand along the way. Because like I said, when you're the best, you got to separate. There's certain sacrifices that need to be made. Ask anyone who is the best in their field about the sacrifices they made, and I'll tell you right now, they have lots of them. So you have to think for yourself, is it worth it? Do you want to be the best? Do you want to tell yourself that's the best and that you are the best? Because the psychology that comes with your brain is it will adjust through neuroplasticity. All right, that's neuroplasticity. Basically means your brain will adapt to the way that you're thinking, or your future thinking, or you're orienting your visions. Okay, so if you stick true to that and you want to be the best, just understand there's going to be lots of sacrifice. There's going to be lots of learning. It's going to forge you. It's going to mold you and help you become the character that you want to be. So now here's something I want you to think about, okay? Because when you're saying that you're the best, like I said, some people can just mentally do it. Some people say it because when you say it, you're keeping yourself accountable to those people around you. You're letting people know, like, hey, I'm putting my name on the line. I'm saying I'm the best. I'm going to actually go for it, okay? So there's some strength in that. Now, to really get it into your neurology, sometimes you have to be like, I'm the best, because it helps your neurology. It tells every cell in your system, like you're telling it, you're communicating like, I'm going to be the best. And when you do it with like an invocation, it basically, it resonates through you more. Now, it doesn't always have to be that way. Let me show you actually a demonstration, all right? So here we go. Let me get out of here. So, booyah. So if I'm going like this, if I'm saying like I'm the best, all right, that's communicating to your cellular structure, the community in which your body resides, and all the cells in your body. So if you're saying that out loud, okay, you're sending a message. Now, what I've noticed over the years of doing affirmations and things like this is there comes a point, and actually in a video I'm going to show you how to do affirmations correctly so that you're able to get it into your neurology much more often. So what I want to do is, imagine if you're like this, actually. So you're like, I'm the best, yelling it out, I'm the best, all right? That's communication. But all of a sudden you get to the point where, what's more realistic? If a person comes up to you and says, I'm the best, or if a person comes up to you and just says, I'm the best, right? So at first you may have to do this to get it into your neurology, to let your system know, like, this is it, like, I'm the best, and let everyone know I'm the best. And then pretty much soon, you basically get to the point where you have to be like, it's not so much like I'm the best. It's more like, think about it, like if I said, I'm confident, who's more confident? The person that says, I'm confident, or the person who just looks you directly in the eye and says, I'm confident? All right. So there's a level of learning there to get into your neurology. Sometimes, like I say, you put yourself out there and you make yourself accountable to other people. The other thing is you just get to the point where it resonates in your body, where it's settled down, where you don't have to boast it so much. So that's just something else I wanted to run by you, because there are different levels to this and things to explore as you are becoming the best. So that's just a little lesson that I want to pop out there today. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. I hope you feel good. I hope you look good. I hope you get in groove, my friends, because, hey, we're only here for a short amount of time on this plane. Some of us maybe a little bit longer. However, the point is, like, let's live it up, man. You're here once. I would like more best people around me myself because they're motivating, they're inspiring. And with that, I hope you kick ass, my friends. This is Hypnotica, and I am out of here today. Boom!